Welcome to Let's Get Physical, and this episode is about Sam & Max, the Ultimate Collection. Let's get started. This is the box I designed. Pretty basic. I don't know, just like the cover. I didn't feel like it needed much more, so. And let's get started with the games. So, I went with, because this collection is so big, I had to use the slimline cases. As you can see, a lot more save space, like 2 of these equals 1 of the normal cases. So I did print all of those out. I'm going to keep these just for on the shelf, but for saving time, and I think I'm going to do this going forward, is use the slimline collection. All right, let's get through the games. This is Sam & Max, the cover. I redid the cover. I found the graphic here of Sam & Max writing, but I just found it, put the logos in, found a map, and tried to make it itself. I just used the backs, AI upscaled it, and cleaned up the font a bit. So, game and soundtrack. Includes both versions of PC and Mac. I included a few different versions, that's why it's on the DVD. Just barely over the CD, because the original is on the CD, so it's barely over on that. So, and the soundtrack. The slipcover is really cool. I tried to find the drawings for each of these, so it turned out pretty good. Here is Sam & Max Save the World. I redid the cover. I found the background logo. I tried to copy what the original looked like, but this is redone. And this is redone of the back. I wanted to keep this for all 3 versions, which I'll show you. So the back looks the same. System requirements. Save the World, Mac and PC. I redid the Mac version for all the games. Since the remasters do not have a Mac version, I used Wineskin to bundle it up, so that's taken care of. Soundtrack, I used that. I really like the artwork of this, and so I used that. Beyond Space and Time. I just used this. I didn't redesign this. I was able to find a cover and use it. Did use the back that I redesigned. Like I said, I wanted it to span on all 3. Game disc, Mac and PC. Soundtrack. I tried to make this work as best as I could, but I really like that, and this is the best I could do it. Because it's a square graphic, but oh well. It still looks good. I like that artwork that's there. The other 2 discs are special. All right, this is Devil's Playhouse. Try to make this work as best as I could. The back, obviously, is the same format. I'm glad I redid this because I like how it follows each of the games. So, game. Soundtrack. As of this release, they don't have an original artwork for the cover of the soundtrack. The only one I could find was black with the Devil's Playhouse. So I used this. If they ever update it, I will definitely redo the disc. Not a big deal. I mean, CDs are pretty cheap. But yeah, it's the Devil's Playhouse. Again, I really like the artwork I found for these. It makes for great slipcovers. All right, now here's the cool thing. I took my DVD collection for Sam & Max Freelance Police Show. I AI upscaled them and put them on a disc, a Blu-ray disc at 1080p. And with DVD menus. They're basic DVD menus, but they work. Not Blu-ray menus. That's the bonus disc. We'll go through that in a second. I tried to recreate the discs covers the best. These look almost identical to the original DVDs, but with the Blu-ray logo. And also the bonus disc for the Sam & Max Freelance Police Show, and this is the bonus disc for all the Telltale games. And this is from the original one. Unfortunately, the remasters don't include all the extras and videos and stuff, which is unfortunate. But, oh well. I AI scaled them and put them on here. Some look better than others. Some look really good, but some of the videos just look like DVD quality, and it's the best you can do. But at least it's on a Blu-ray disc with a menu. This is my first hardbound book. I have the PDF of Surfing the Highway, and it concludes all the comics. Some of them are in color, and it turned out pretty good. I actually liked it. It turned out pretty good. First hardback, and I'm actually surprised. This is a character bio card. I think it comes with the first Telltale game, Save the World. So I printed it out, laminated it. This is a new envelope I designed. Before it used to be like this, and you had to pull it out, and I didn't like that. It was just it was too cumbersome. Even if you put like a notch here, it's still. I was like, you know what? So I redesigned it so it was a self-contained envelope that I didn't need to glue together. Well, at least all the way. So yeah, it just opens up like that, and I can get the stuff out. I took the covers of each episode 1, or series 1, and I just pretty much just made it into a postcard. Not very, pretty easy, and it's just pretty much my thumbs up to, nose, thumbs up. It's pretty much just, a small little insult to limited run games, showing how easy these things can be. Here's the Sam & Max Hit the Road manual. And which is weird is that there's the Sam & Max coloring book for how to play Sam & Hits the Road. And if you look, it doesn't look like a coloring book. It just looks like you printed in grayscale, and it's like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. But I printed this out anyway because I wanted it. But this one looks more like a coloring book. Like, you can color this stuff in. And the logo. Oh, and it's actually a flip book if you do it right. Which is kind of cool. Season 1 of Sam & Max, but this looks like a really thick manual, and unfortunately it's not. It's all the languages. It's about this thick normally, but I decided that I wanted it to look like a real thick manual, so I left it. But it turned out pretty good. Here is Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. This one's not as elaborate as that one, which is unfortunate. And I couldn't find a Devil's Playhouse, and I didn't really feel like doing a manual at the time. I'm working on it, but it's going to take time. It's one of those things I'll work on and off, because trust me, manuals take forever. I did one for Final Fantasy Rebirth. That one took me like 2 weeks of a lot of time too. So I'll get to it eventually. Here it is. Self-contained envelope. And this is really cool. This logo I found it on something, someone had it, and I had to blow it up, turn it into a vector graphic, and clean it up. So I actually have a vector graphic of this now, which is really cool. IBM PC for reference card for Sam & Max Hit the Road. And now these are really cool. So these came with the Telltale version with the extras, which don't include in the new one, which is so, why? This stuff is really cool. I don't understand why they didn't put the extras in here. But with that being said, so I've decided to make these look like reports. If you're ever into a meeting, they give you these reports. They always put them in like these kind of little binders. So that's what I did because it felt like it looked like it, especially with the cover sheet. So I did that, and these are notes from the game designers. And it's really interesting to see this. So yeah, I'm really glad I included it into this collection. This one's a little thicker. This is from Heather. So I had to do something different on this one. I didn't want to cut it in half. So what I did is I just printed it in a way so it reads down like this. It's the best way to form, and I think it actually looks really good this way. Like, you know, you can just read it up and down. But this one has so much, so much in this. It is really cool. And the last piece for this collection edition is Sam & Max, the board game. So I made a box for it, and I made the pieces, and I had a divider. And if you ever played 1313 Dead End Drive, or 13 Dead End Drive, I remember it as 13 Dead End Drive. I decided to make these characters, instead of like having some arbitrary like Coke bottle or everything, I wanted to have the feeling of the 80s on this one. And there's a lot of games, especially like 13 Dead End Drive, where they had characters like this. So I found the stands on Amazon, and I printed these out. Have different characters. Even Sal. How can you not have Sal? Sal is awesome. Sal's in here, and it's... Oh, there we go. So yeah. Let's get this out. It has a dice, but the dice haven't come in yet, so... And I'm just using a standard dice. This is... I used a leather vinyl feel. This is my first board game ever, but it folds out like that. And for the most part, it turned out okay. I would definitely do a few things differently, but it turned out all right. And the pieces fit just normal. The rules are right here. I was thinking about making a rule book, but everything you need to know is on here, so I was like, whatever. I'd probably use a different type of vinyl paper for the cover. It's a little too shiny. I think that's the one thing I would do differently. And it sticks a little differently too. But for the most part, it looks really good. And I'm happy with it. Cool. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff. I am going to show you how I put some of the stuff together. And I will show you some menus for some clips of the Freelance Please showing you how the menus work. And some of the clips, hopefully without getting flagged for it, of the show and how good it looks AI upscaled. All right, guys, let's go hit that then.
Here's the menu. I have the Sam & Max theme song looping in the background. I wish the program allowed me a little longer, but oh well, it is what it is. So each episode, this is the Blu-ray menu. Each episode has its own little like overview. It's a really simple Blu-ray menu. I don't have the software for it is expensive, so I'm just glad I have this. We'll play this. The first episode, just a few seconds of it. So yeah, that's the episode. Just a ship. It looks pretty good, AI upscaled. I'm actually surprised how well it turned out. This is the Sam & Max extras from all the Telltale games. I put it into a DVD menu. So we go to scenes. We'll do a simple one. Show you the AI upscale on this one, War Games. And it looks pretty good for it. Like the AI upscale looked pretty good on these. What I was actually surprised when reviewing this is the standard definition video for Let's Go to the End. I'm actually surprised how well that turned out. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. It's a shame that the remake or remaster didn't do this. And I'm actually surprised how well this turned out with AI upscaling. And I'm actually surprised how well this turned out. The AI upscale did pretty good on that. I'm actually thought it would turn out worse than it did, but it actually turned out pretty good. So that is the Blu-ray extras and the Sam Max Freelance show. Here I'm making the DVD covers for the disc covers and labels. So it's really quick. I already printed out. I have a template for doing this, so it's pretty quick. And putting it into the case, simple as that. Here I am making the slip covers. I use a really high quality cardstock that is glossy. So trimming off the excess and just making it. These I've gotten pretty good at. They were difficult at first. I always seem to get them off center and I don't know why. But after some careful measuring and doing this a few times, I finally got it down pretty good. I'm using a scorching tool to help me fold the paper without, to make sure it's perfectly folded. I'm using a glue stick. Yeah, I know, but it works really well. And that's it. I'm just doing a touch-up because sometimes folding the paper it breaks the paper a little bit. So I got a bunch of markers to help me fix that. Here I am making the envelopes for the extras I had. Apparently the video is not working 100%, so you see a little bit of flashing. Sorry about that. I had this idea. I wanted to make my own, vanilla envelope, like a secret document envelope, but I was thinking about using a pre-made one, but it just didn't fit in the box, so I had to make a custom one. And this turned out really well. I actually liked it better because it had more of a personality to it. Just doing some cleanup here. But yeah. And here I am making the envelope for the manuals. I decided to have it so it's self-contained. It works pretty good. I like how that turned out. Here I am making the boxes. I am sorry I lost a lot of the footage of making the game board. It got corrupted and I had to redo this whole video, and the original content was corrupted. But here I am. I'm using vinyl paper to cover the box I made. It's actually a vinyl sticker, and I was able to print on it pretty much just black. There goes my toner for black. But it worked pretty good, and it had a nice shiny gloss to it, and I liked it. This is my first time making a game board and a game box, so I learned a lot from there. I would do things differently, but overall, it was okay. But the next time I do a game board, it's definitely going to be a lot better. It just took a long time to figure out everything, and now that I know how the process is and what I need to do, I think it'll be even better next time. Unfortunately, the making of the board game itself is lost. The video got corrupted, but I'll be making another one and I'll do a detailed review on that. But this project was pretty fun. This is one of the bigger ones. I think my Leisure Suit Larry one is bigger, and I'm making a video about that, but there's some special surprises in that. But I really enjoyed making this project. This is one of my favorite ones I've done. Probably on the second biggest one I've done so far, and I really enjoyed it. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. please leave a comment. It actually helps engagement. Apparently, I didn't realize how important that was, but I leave this at the end. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day, and see you next time.